My grandmother, God bless her soul, she used to clip the edge of a pine nuts, the seed out, so it doesn't get darker, so I don't bite into the unpleasantness of it. Hi, I'm AeRhee, your food pharmacist. We were doing a series of pottage because I was sick last week and I was craving for the tender, soft, loving food that my grandmother used to make. And one of those, in very high level, was pottage was pine nut. You know pine nut, pinoni nuts, and they're very expensive. So it's very rare. So what that does medicinally, pine nuts, it affects our cardiovascular system. It increases the strength of elasticity of our blood vessels or our blood system. So that is known to do that. So, and I think as you get older, our elasticity in our skin, our organ gets reduced. So that's why I want to introduce you to peony nuts pottage. I think it's really good for breakfast start of the day, right? So you don't really have to soak it because it's already soft enough. If you want to soak, you can. And I soaked my rice. Notice how small amount of rice I use. Rice expands, so do not look at it and thinking I need a cup of rice. You only need a couple tablespoonful of rice and soak it overnight. So that's what we do. Put the rice. I already washed it and soaked it. And you pine nuts, it's equal amount. I use a lot. So of course about 2 tablespoonfuls of pine nuts. And how much are they? $15 per pound or $30 per pound, depends on the quality. My grandmother, God bless her soul, she used to clip the edge of a pine nuts, the seed out, so it doesn't get darker, so I don't bite into the unpleasantness of it. I didn't do that here. You can. I didn't have a mindset to clip each edge of a pine nuts. Make sure this is compact. That's good enough, right? So I put a little bit of water here on this bowl, because by adding the water at the bottom of the pot, you're preventing it from burning because they're very delicate. They burn very quickly and you want to simmer them. So here we are, the pine nut liquid and rice pottage. I didn't liquefy too much because by now I would like you to taste the flavor of a pine nuts, the nuttiness of it. But if you need to, you can further filter this, sieve it, so it can just get liquefied in it. See, because I didn't trim the edge of a pine nut, you can actually see the blackness of an edge of a pine nut. So that's how it goes. So here you are, it's already being thickened. So I usually have a little bit of water in here, so that if I see it being thickened, before it cooked, I would add more liquid water. Or in this case, again, you don't have to add liquid. I could use my tea, which is much beneficial. See, we talked about this. Ginger, date. In this case, I put cinnamon bark in it too, if I can find it. Here we go. It's a cinnamon bark. So I brewed this liquid. You can drink it with the tea, with the honey. In this case, I'm gonna add into this. to help with the nourishing of pine nuts, rice, and ginger, date. It's already being thickened. You just like everything else, we have to think ahead. If you think ahead, you prep ahead. So in the morning, you can already prep it and just warm it up like you'll bring a cup of coffee. Just boil some water, and it takes like barely 5 minutes, maybe less. And if you are busy, you can on the go, you can drink more, you can add more water, liquid into it, and make into the mug and drink it as you leave for work in the morning. If you do this every day, can you imagine how much you can reverse your age effect? How much you can make your heart strong? Increase your elasticity of your skin, your blood vessel. You have to remember, our organ inside is also expression of our health. If you have a rash on your face, don't you think there should be a rash inside your body as well? So whatever expression of your skin condition, your body inside, your organ express same thing. So think of it as all connection. Remember to remember what you cannot see or you don't see yet. So this is why you cannot walk away from something like this, because they boil over very quickly. This type of food is something that I mentioned numerously. You cannot cook for somebody you don't love because it takes so much attention to details. And here I am. See the dots here? Where my grandmother took every dot out, the little seed, because I didn't. And it's in there. It's still, you can still eat it. It just doesn't look as pure and beautiful as how my grandmother used to make me for. Let's say. It's a nice texture to it. Rice is already cooked. Pine is already cooked. This is delicious. Oh, it tastes like, it's very nutty. I wish you could taste that. It's really delicious. Really special. Really, really good. It's almost like a milky, pine nut milky. You have to taste to believe it. I wish I can send some to you, but be sure to make some today for tomorrow. Pine nut rice pottage. Rice is good for electrolyte, restoring electrolytes from your body. Pine nut increase the strength of your organ system. If you can eat that, you can decorate a little bit of pine nut. Oops, you just paste it in. There you are.